This is a sad day. 2021. This is the focus on one of the greatest rappers of all time. Put out 5 platinum albums. Was selling more albums than Jay-Z. First 5 albums went 5 times platinum on 3 albums in a row. The last 2 did double platinum. If you add the worldwide, I think it did like 4 each. The dude sold over 70 million albums. This dude is a legend. I can't. DMX, rest in peace, man. I know you was with a lot of demons and stuff, but this dude could have been a preacher. DMX could have been a billionaire if he wasn't doing drugs and Henny, all that. When I seen him do the battle with the Snoop Doggy Dogg, I knew something just was not right. You never seen DMX that big before. He had to been at least 250. This dude was a legend, man. Like, in 98, well, actually 97, when he came out. He came out on the 24 Hours to Live on the Mace joint. He came out with the LA Cool J 1, 2, 3, 4. And then he did Money, Power, Respect on the Lock's first album. When I heard them 3 songs, that dude was on fire. When his album came out, the first one, people went crazy. What a dog at. Only thing you heard in 98 was X. Jay-Z wasn't pop. He was popping, but Jay-Z didn't pop off into the volume 2. All right? Volume 1 went platinum and a half, but the streets was not feeling it. They called it a pop album. They wasn't really feeling it. Reason and Doubt was a classic, but it still didn't sell. It's what went triple platinum. At the time, it only had sold like 400 and some change. So it didn't really do like it did now. I mean, people bought it years later, and that's why it went triple platinum. But X was on fire, man. When he came out, Bad Boys was still on top. They were still on top of the world. Biggie had died. He was like maybe a year in, almost a year in. And I'm not saying Bad Boys is fading away, but the Ruff Ryders just took over. They took over, man. And you know, the label crumbled years later, but you can't be on top forever. It's hard to be on top forever. But X had a lot of demons, and he had a lot of kids, and he went to jail a lot of times. The dude robbed a lot of people. He loved his dogs, and that's what you see a lot. I didn't really see it in my childhood. See a lot of black dudes with dogs until like DMX came out with the dogs. I mean, not saying black people didn't have dogs, we did, but not like the way where he came out with that. That Ruff Ryder anthem, Where My Dog's At. The whole album, man. Like, that album was classic. I was playing X a month ago. Was playing him like 2 or 3 weeks. I don't know. I was just like, I gotta play my old shit. Because this new music out here, I'm not trying to, if y'all young people watching this video, I'm not trying to diss none of y'all, but the music is trash. Not all of it. Some of it. I could listen to Pop Smoke. Pop Smoke was on his way to be a star as a DMX or 50 Cent. DMX had a new album coming out. Swiss Beats was actually exactly producing most of the whole album. The album was completely done. He just signed back with Def Jam. They say he died for an overdose, then he had a heart attack. I mean, if that's true, I mean, I'm not saying he didn't do drugs, and I thought he stopped. I thought he was just smoking the cigarettes and doing the Henny. He just did the Nori Champs joints. Watch that. Oh my God, man, this is crazy. Like I told everybody, I said, yo, he's gonna be dead. They gonna pronounce him dead by tomorrow. I knew it. I had that gut feeling. I just knew it. I feel like they should have just waited a couple more weeks, man. Like you waited. You just gave him a week to recover. Sometimes it takes people years to get out of coma. Sometime. You should have just let him just try. I mean, I know they said the brain was dead and all that, but he maybe would have came out of that, man. There's a lot of people who've been in a coma and came out of it. You just let a week go by and you just kill them. Not kill them, but like pull the plug. I'm gonna tell you this. X is worth more money dead than alive. When X was on fire, selling 5 million albums, he was worth $15 to $20 million. where he started getting in legal trouble and going to jail and people stealing all his money. And I'm not talking about record labels. I'm talking about people, because X was a giving person. He would give you money. He gave money to a lot of people. I got a cousin in New York that not live near X, but like maybe half an hour away from X, and he seen X all the time. X will always be in the hood, man. Like, if he wasn't on tour, he was in the hood. Like, that's why only X, DMX is the only nigga who could go to the hood. If he don't wear jewelry, but he could go to the hood and wear jewelry or come around in a Ferrari, he never would have none of that stuff. Because X wasn't that type of dude. He didn't care about cars and all that. He liked the old cars and all that, but he wasn't a flashy dude. You never seen him with jewelry like Jay-Z and them dudes had. X that wasn't his type of thing, man. He was just like, look, Timberlands, sneakers. You actually never see X wearing fucking sneakers. Always Timbs. That's what made dudes wear more Timbs. Like, people was wearing Timbs, but when X came out, people started wearing more Timbs. Timbs should have gave him a deal. It's so sad. And if y'all don't watch this video, I really don't care. I'm showing my love to my boy X that got me through a lot of shit too. You know what I'm saying? Him and Tupac was the main two who got me through a lot of joint, and R. Kelly, because, you know, them dudes got me through a lot of shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody have demons, man. Everybody on this earth have demons. And y'all could say, oh, Dean, that's a crackhead, this and that. But listen, that dude did a lot of stuff for a lot of people, a lot of families, a lot of stuff. Like I said, you can't blame him for his childhood. His mama did that to him. He just couldn't. The devil was just there. And he's in a better place right now. He might have been suffering anyway. He was ready to go. Maybe he said, let me take this last drug, and maybe this shit will kill me. You know what I'm saying? Because some people, you got to understand, what is coming down to the music industry is the music industry is a devil. You don't want to be in the music industry. First of all, you're a slave to your own music. And Prince changed a lot of... Prince, I'm getting off topic, but we talking to Prince. Prince changed a lot of stuff. All this independent artist stuff, Prince did all this stuff way before this stuff started happening. You know what I'm saying? Get your masters, getting this, getting that. Prince did a lot of stuff, man. And if you do your research and watch a lot of his documentaries, you'll see what Prince did. The internet, he started, like, not started it, but he started at the WWE, you know, joints. He has on websites, some of his CDs online, you know. He did all that already. And some stuff worked, some stuff didn't work. But the point is, the music industry is a devil. If you in this music industry, you better get in and get the heck out. Because you're not going to, like, it will poison you. Start going to these parties. Dina said he was 14 years old, just got out of the boot camp or whatever. He came home. His mom didn't let him back in, so he ran on the streets. He had him and his dog. He was robbing people. And one of his OGs laced him with some weed and coke. A cigarette and the weed and the coke. That's how he got addicted to the drug. And he was doing drugs since 14 to now. So he'd been doing drugs for 36 years. 36 years. He started as 14. And like he said, the interview that I watched him did, why will you give a 14-year-old drugs? What kind of OG dude are you? How you could be an OG dude and give a 14-year-old kid some drugs and then think that's not going to mess him up? You know? And ain't nobody could take his spot. You know, I was waiting for this album to come out. I was like, yo, this is going to be DMX's comeback album. So his Beats is producing the whole album. This is going to be his comeback album. He's going to tear it up. Y'all going to be like on his fucking shit again. Because a lot of y'all motherfuckers turn your back on him. You know what I'm saying? I didn't promote his last album that he came out like 2012. And it wasn't his best work. Because he even said it. You know what I'm saying? The producers he had and engineers didn't mix the album right and all that. But I still didn't support his album. He was independent, but he only sold 15,000 copies. And he was, out of that 15,000 copies, he maybe sold more than that now. But he was giving a lot of money to some, I forgot who it was. It was somebody that died that he was giving some of the funds to. So the man was giving money away. And that's something I got to say. Rough Riders, y'all still gonna be, y'all still legends. Y'all changed the game. You, Eve, Dragon, the Locks, everybody. Y'all took the game to the storm. DMX was the star on a label, just like Ja Rule was the star. Him and Shanti was the star on Murder Inc. So it wasn't for DNX, Ruff Ryders would not be where they at. Ruff Ryders, D and Y, they kind of did him dirty. Not dirty like that. Not did him dirty, because they did spend a lot of money on him to find the ways to, you know, get him started. But, you know, he had a agreement with them that he'd be partnered with them with, you know, owning the label. So that's the only thing they messed up on. Other than that, everything else they did. They looked out for Eds. They put him in rehab. They did this before he got famous. So, I mean, just to see him. And with DNX talk, man, you listen. When you watch DNX videos, you watch him. Like, you know, you see, like, everybody say, oh, you know, he's a crackhead. He can't stay still. You know, crackheads can't stay still. They got to keep moving around. But DNX he just had a lot of energy, man. He had a lot of energy. But I want to salute to my boy, rest in peace. Living to 50 years old. Nobody bet you didn't know you was going to live to that long. You lived a long life. You did your thing. You show love to everybody. And people, y'all need to just give him his love. Y'all should have given him his flowers when he was here. Only one I could say who gave him his flowers was D&Y and Nori, because he just did the champ podcast. I think like 2 months ago. I think 2 months ago. I think it was around January. I think he did the podcast that day, and he did his thing. So it's sad, man. It's sad. When I heard the news on Friday, I didn't really believe it. I thought maybe he had an asthma attack, and he was on just going to, you know, just get by it like he always do. But it's crazy, man. Everybody, listen, man. Take your life serious. If you got demons, and you feel like you drinking too much, or you doing this, you're doing too much, man, try to get help. I mean, DNX had help. He had a lot of help, but, you know, he just kept doing what he doing. And God called him home, man. I mean, maybe if they didn't pull the plug, he maybe would have, you know, like I said, I wouldn't did it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't did it. I would have waited out. If I would have waited a month. If the doctors was like, listen, we can't do no more, or the money ran out or whatever, then I would have been like, okay. But anyway, rest in peace to DMX, one of the greatest rappers of all time. Sold over 70 million albums, 5 #1 albums in a row. Could have been 6 in 2006, but he was like 10,000 short for being #1. 5 #1 albums in a row. Only person who really did that was him. Jay-Z didn't start going #1 until his 3rd album. So if you don't believe me, check the credits. Jay-Z first 2 albums, his first album, he went number 47, and his 2nd album, he went in number 3. So don't try to play my boy Eds. I'm out of here. One love. Rest in peace to the legend, DMX. We just lost a great one, man. And this shit is crazy. It hurts. It hurts when you lose good people. Why they couldn't take 6ix9ine? Why they couldn't take all these other rappers? Why you couldn't take NBA Youngboy? Because these dudes don't appreciate their life. And I'm not saying Eds didn't appreciate his life. He did. It's just he just had mad demons because his mom treat him like garbage. Didn't want him. Treat him like he was nothing. And when you a kid and your mom treats you like that, you're going to be left out. There's a lot of kids that, if you see a lot of kids out here on this earth like this, it's because their parents did them wrong. And it's not the kid's fault. If you know you was not going to take care of the kid, you should never had him. Rest in peace to DNX, Ruff Ryders for life. Eve, Swiss, D&Y, the sister, everybody, the Locks, Dragon. And Dragon was his main guy, man. And Swiss was his main guy. I know y'all taking it hard. Rest in peace. Salute him, man. This shit's crazy, man. I'm out of here. I can't talk no more. This shit's crazy. Peace.